Welcome to Webway Radio, episode 24.
I'm Kurt.
I'm Mark.
I'm Austin.
We have a third.
There's a third chair this time.
There is.
First time.
First time for the third.
It's a little weird.
Not too bad.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
It's freaky. Get out.
Normally I just look at Mark, and I've found myself like here, and yeah, it's been fun. We are going to talk hobby progress like we always do. Mark did not carry the torch for us.
I contributed.
He held it really close to the ground. Games played. I didn't play much. Austin carried that one for us.
Yes, you did.
And then we are going to talk about what is the right game system for you. And some of the things that kind of go into why you would choose a game system.
Just kind of some thoughts before you buy into anything. There's a lot that should be considered before you open up the pocketbook.
I remember before, like, everybody just saved your credit card. It was like, you freeze your credit card, and then when it thaws out, if you still want it, you can buy it. And then I memorized the credit card number, so it's fine. That's going to be the topic today. It was weird to record on a Sunday, man. I'm all thrown off.
In the morning, too.
I know. It's
I'm sorry.
I can see the neighbors outside. It's weird. Yeah, so with that being said, let's just take a quick break, and we'll jump right into it.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
So, getting into hobby progress, I know last time you tasked me with carrying the hobby progress, and I'm not carrying it very far.
Dropped the torch, Mark.
I dropped it all over the floor.
Man.
It is sputtering. Do you guys have any? Is Kurt first? Do you have?
Yeah, I worked on some stuff. As usual, my son is obsessed with all things Star Wars. And I know we talked about it months ago about printing that crashed AT-AT.
Yep.
Well, he's been watching a diorama dude on YouTube, and he wants to do it himself. So I printed the Legion scale crashed AT-AT. 2 more prints, and it's complete. And he's going to get to work next week on that.
I see part of a
There's half.
AT-AT
I've got half
port.
the body done. I got that last piece, and then it's completed. But yeah, I've been working on the Scimitar jet bike squad, like off and on. It's a beast, and you wouldn't think it's as difficult as it is, but like all the little like engine intakes and everything, it's like, well, you paint that the metallic, and then you got to go back and fix the black, and then I hit black on the white, and it's just like and if I don't fix it right then, I will miss it, and 6 months later be like, oh dang, there's a white like streak where it should, and it just, so yeah,
It's fine. It's fine. Just gotta
I did paint up a condenser. It took about 8 layers of my wolf gray to get the white that I like, but it's basically there. So now I can put the black transfers on that part of him,
Gotcha.
which was like half the transfer sheet for some reason for Raven Guard is black for 30K.
Do they have not black shoulder pads?
Sometimes it's white,
Okay.
but
That's still
it's just-
weird.
yeah, I was like, come on, man. Like they're anyways, yeah. So working on that. Did some more work on bases. Assembled my Isengard army box.
Oh.
Yes. And when I say assembled, like most of it was just done, and it was like glue the arm on, or just like put the guy in his base.
They're basically like 2 pieces in a slot of base.
Saruman on the horse was a nightmare.
Really?
Really?
Not a nightmare per se, but like it's a much smaller scale, and there were just a lot of pieces. And I noticed, especially on the characters, like it'd be like, here's the whole body, and then like you have to glue the left foot on to like balance him. And if it's not in the exact perfect spot, not great. So there's like glue I had to scrape off all over the bottom. Where like I put it and it didn't stick, and I put it again. I was like, oh, that's the wrong spot, and I had to break it off and then glue it like a third time. And yeah, but all 3 characters were like that. So
Interesting. So a lot rougher than, and they're all plastic.
yeah,
though,
these are
right?
all plastic. They
some
got
of the
rid of a
old
lot of the
ones.
metal stuff, and they're slowly re-releasing things. Apparently, the big FAQ comes out around February 14th every year, so they're expecting next week for like the big FAQ to drop for the year. Which, man, I never thought I'd be like yearly updates. That'd be great. But here we are. And then I've been printing a ton of salamander bits and pieces for Austin. For
Yes,
his
you have.
new 30K-ish army.
Yeah. And they look fantastic.
I agree. massive failure last night, and then again, but I think I realized what my problem was. Don't pull the flash drive before it's done transferring. Makes a difference on 3D prints, believe it or not.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
It will. What about you, Austin? You got anything going on?
Yeah, I've been painting up some Salamander Terminators for $30K.
Indomitus Terminators.
Yes, the old ones I had that were just lying around, I was using for $40K, and I was like, these are old scale. I got the new scale ones. I'll just paint these old scale ones up for $30K.
Love it. And you could have green something warhounds, or what are your dudes?
They'll
work in a peach.
Yeah, my 40K Warhounds.
Yes, yeah. So worst case,
the not Sons of Angron.
Yeah, I know. One time I went to an event and you could tell dude wanted to play Death Watch, and he was just borrowing like unit from this guy. So like here's this, the Terminators are blue and that kill team's red and this kill team's gray, and it was like what the heck, man? But that's what he had to do to have like a painted army. It's just borrow units from different people.
He's got the Rainbow Marines,
basically, and mostly unpainted.
Power Rangers, each dude's a different color.
Basically,
another thing I was doing is I've been buying some Necrons off of Mark. I bought the box from him for about $300, I think it was.
Like a release box, or like that's right. I deliver the box. I should know. Yeah, jeez.
You were the mailman.
I know. It only took like a month and a half, but
I wish they would reprint that stupid Necron Royal Court, because that is a nightmare to try and find.
Somebody could print.
Those Reanimators and the Necron Silverback Lord are an absolute pain in the butt.
To find or to assemble or
to find. They're very expensive. It's one sprue that's you could usually...
It came in one box.
Wasn't he in like the Ultimate Starter Set 2 editions ago?
I don't know.
I probably have one each new on sprue and a thing.
I think it
Not that
was.
one.
Oh, it's the other kit.
I think it was in a starter set, and then they pushed it over to its own little box.
It was in a White Dwarf.
Lord,
too.
Gordon,
Yeah.
and like a Reanimator, and it was like all one sprue, and there was like a separate box you could buy for like $70.
Yeah.
Except it's like a $200 sprue now.
Oh,
so
jeez.
I did not charge him $200 for it.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you.
The joys of having friends.
But yeah, no, it's a pain because a lot of people, at least early in the edition, wanted to run 3 Reanimators, and it's like, here's $300 for 3 little squishy models.
I mean, it's like buying Forge World.
Yeah, pretty much.
They've got to feel no pain.
Yeah.
They do. I do like how they're kind of like cuter and smaller than the Doomstalkers. They're like little baby ones. I don't know if you've ever seen them side by side, but like one of them's like that tall and one of them's like that tall.
Oh, okay.
So it's like,
okay. Which one came in that starter box then? Now I've got like 4 of those. Maybe I need to start eBay selling. It's like, sorry, buddy, you don't need your Necrons. Daddy needs a payday. I got a gum surgery to pay for. Come on.
I did actually technically have a tiny bit of hobby progress.
What?
I know.
Insane.
I know.
So you didn't quite drop the torch. You just held it really, really low.
Really low, like in the running water on the ground. I built a squad of I think the brand is Victrix, but Teutonic Knights for Heroscape. And I had to snip the hooves off the bases they come molded to put them on like Heroscape size bases.
Yeah.
It actually was not as bad as I was worried it was going to be.
Yeah.
But I did have to pull out like an extra special pair of nippers to just like go around the hoof and then like cut the hoof down.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, it works.
Hey.
Actually, there's a Discord, a fan Discord for that game that has a lot of people in it, like 11,000 or something.
Yeah. Whoa.
But whenever I do proxies, I put them in the proxy channel.
Yeah.
Like, hey, here's a different way you can use these. And I actually got some people messaging me. It's like, hey, can you give me a link to that kit? Because that one's really
I've
good.
not heard of the brand. That's interesting.
It's fascinating. But yeah, not much.
Okay.
Mostly just trying to stay alive.
No, it's this is the time of the year where like nothing's going on for us, but somehow we're still the busiest. We've all been like off and on sick. We had snow days and all that a couple weeks ago. And
Well, some of you did.
well, the joys of working for the school system. And I don't know, I lost my train of thought. I had a thing and then completely lost my thing. So
derailed?
yeah. Yep. Anyways, how about games played? Played any games?
Not really.
Not tabletop games.
Well, I played a borderline tabletop game. It's got cardboard like standees for the miniatures.
Yeah.
It's got dice and like a board. I don't know. It's a little mech game that my buddy backed on Kickstarter called Aegis, and it's kind of styled off of like Power Rangers and Voltron and
Go on.
Gundam, and it's just there's like 5 different letters of mechs. So like A is assault,
Sure, like a
B is
class or
evasive,
something.
and the different letters all then spell Aegis. And you combine different letters together. So like you could have an AE mech or an AG mech or a GI mech or whatever. And it's, they combine and, but honestly, the most interesting rules, well, just the most interesting rule that I don't think I've ever seen. I know a lot of times you pay resources to attack or use abilities.
Yeah.
You also pay resources to move in this, which means movement is not inherently guaranteed. And it means that you're still paying to have that advantage because some things can move, shoot, and then run away, but you're paying a lot to do that. And I know not every game would work that way, but I would love it if more games kind of explored the paying for movement kind of thing. It's interesting.
So that reminded me of something for later.
Oh, good. I have utility. But other than that,
You're here for more than utility, Mark. Come on.
other than that, no. My fiance's flying in, and me and my roommate and her will be playing Heroscape on our dining room table. But other than that, it's probably not too much.
What about you, Austin? What do you got going on?
So we did a tutorial game for Heresy.
Yes, we did that yesterday. Here on this very table.
Oh my!
Yes. We only did about 2 rounds, I
Right.
think. Just
Yes.
kind of figuring stuff out and, learning
Mostly
rules.
mechanics and things like how does this work? How does that work? And moving and shooting and morale test and just things that aren't in 40K.
Yeah, all the...
Amazing, isn't
What do you
it?
mean? There's
your
morale.
knowledge.
There's morale in 40K. It
Is
definitely
there?
matters.
Is there? Can your guys turn around and run? Can your opponent choose to chase you down and finish off the squad?
I do much prefer the actually it mattering.
Yeah.
Because the only time it mattered when I played 40K is your guys just like poof. Like they don't run away, they just poof. It's like, that's lame.
They got snapped.
Yep. They just fell through the floor.
But that was fun, setting it up, trying to not balance the armies necessarily, but like make them different enough to where they're showing different things.
Yeah.
So like the Death Guard can move 4 inches and still shoot their heavy weapons and get the bonuses. The Raven Guard can only be snapshot at outside of 18 inches. So that made kind of a weird thing.
Which resulted in the autocannons absolutely demolishing that Rhino.
Poor Rhino.
Excellent.
Poor Rhino.
Yep. They're not strong. And it's one of the few things that bolters can actually hit from the rear and kill, vehicle-wise. So
Still
it's only
from the
got
rear, though.
toughness 10. Well, deep strike.
Oh. Do you still leave the vehicle corpses on the table when they...
It's optional, but even the games, like, you should leave it there, and it now gives, like, a 6-up cover save and things like, and it's like, yeah, that stays. Yep. So now I've got to go buy, like, big things of cotton to make, like, smoke, yeah. Or I'm sure there's an awesome 3D print out there. So. But I do have the crashed Rhinos and Land Raiders and stuff. It's like, let's swap it for this, and now it's like a blown up, destroyed, whatever, so.
That's cool.
Yep. And before that, about a week ago, I played against Steve and his
Oh,
guard
that's
army.
right. You guys, because I was supposed to play him, and at the last second was like, let's go to Huntsville, and
Yeah.
had to bail out. So I felt really bad.
Yeah. But we played at our local game store in McMinnville.
Called.
The local game store.
Okay.
Really?
I just want to make sure that was, I was like, that's so cool.
It's the name of the store is just the local game store. It's great.
Honestly did not know there was anything in McMinnville other than Game Exchange.
Yeah.
You wouldn't, because the mall that it's located in, you walk in and it feels abandoned.
Oh, wow.
So it's like the Tullahoma Mall before they were like, no, this is a strip mall now.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Such fond memories of that place as a kid. And
I used to work there, so yeah.
nice.
But yeah, I got my Necrons absolutely smashed by his tanks. And I did get a moral victory and take out one of his Rogaldorn tank commanders by mortal wound charging it, which was great.
good, good. Sometimes you just have to set your goals a little lower. Like, no, this game is now dedicated to killing him.
That is exactly what I told him too. I said, I'm not winning this. I'm killing that tank.
This is the goal. No, I love it.
After that, me and Zach, who was there,
Yeah.
we had to leave because the store was closing.
Sure.
But we went to the local GameX and played a short little 1K game of Eldar versus Necrons.
Cool, man. How'd that go?
I swept him off the table in about 3 turns.
Poor Zach.
Poor Necron. Or poor Eldar, goodness.
He absolutely demolished my warrior squad, though. Those Wraithguard hit like a truck.
Oh, yeah. You got to take those out or kite them. There's no letting them touch you.
Interesting. Are they scarier than Terminators in Melee?
They're basically Terminators, but Eldar. But
Gotcha.
they can have an axe and a shield or like 2 swords, and they're both just choppy.
Gotcha.
Yeah, well, those are he had the Wraith Blades and the Wraith Guard, which was the ones
The range
weapons.
Yeah, it's got the
those have
weapons.
torrent weapons.
Ugh.
They hit like a truck. And he wiped out a 20-man squad of warriors in about a turn.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It was painful.
I know you got to shoot the heavy flamers in the Heresy game.
Yes.
What do you think of the templates versus D6? Because I think you got like 4 shots, 5 shots, or hits on them.
Yeah.
Positioning is important.
Yeah, positioning is very important, and I did like that about the templates, where it's like you have to actually set your units so they can actually
How many
see
are
and
under
shoot
it and
with
things
the
like
templates.
that. Yeah.
But as for how it functionally like maths out, it feels very similar.
Yeah. I mean, I think the D6s are like average, but had we been shooting template weapons like in Necromunda, they can scatter.
Yeah.
So it's like, I aim for that
Blast
unit,
templates.
but I hit that guy. Yeah. So
When we were working on second, I was building my list to be basically a maximum amount of scatter weapons in a Marine list. So lots of the dudes with the quad launchers.
or stuff like that.
No, like Vindicators.
Oh,
scatter.
that's what I was
going to
thinking of.
Vindicators and a Typhon Super Heavy, which is a Big Daddy Vindicator. And then I'm going to cover the table in blast templates.
Yes. And even if it scatters, like it's going to hit something.
Yup.
So
Yeah, and I was genuinely thinking about picking up some Predators for 30K and just slapping the whole thing covered in flamers, because you could just do that. Just salamander tank, just burn everything.
Yeah. I love it. All right. Anything else?
I don't think so.
I didn't play anything necessarily. Like I said, I set up the demo game and kind of had to prep the army list, the table, and print out rules and do all the things for that. So I feel like it was more work for me to do that. And I know John is looking to get a demo game too. Yeah. So
Interesting.
the heresy grows, maybe. It's taken a long time, but like I finally made the push, and it's happening. So very, very exciting. I did forget to mention earlier, I was out here with my wife. Or my wife came out here with me, let's be honest. And I was like, yeah, I miss you being out here, blah, blah, blah. And we talked about how she felt about 40K and just didn't like the meta chasing and constantly having to do the things. And she just wants to play something fun. I was like, that's why I've switched over to Heresy, and playing a lot more of that and building up and all that. She's like, well, I don't have any. I was like, no, you have custodies. Like, are you kidding me? Like, come on. So I had that talk with her, and I had an appointment in Franklin Thursday and had a gift card. So I bought her the new Shield Captain guy that's got the Melta Spear, because she needs somebody to be like the leader of the army that isn't Trajan. So,
Gotcha. Oh, yeah, because he's not alive then, or is not a...
no, not Trajan, Constantine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because
So-
Valdor's the 30K guy. Yeah.
He's the guy. Yeah. So I think we put a pin in this here, take a quick break, and we will be back with our main topic, which is what game system is right for you, or how to pick a game system, or game systems. We'll see. We'll go with the one that sounds better at the end. All right. We'll be
good.
back.
All right.
And we're back.
We're back.
We
Back.
are. So, when discussing what game systems kind of maybe right for you or right for the area, what comes to mind for you?
First and foremost, what are people playing? You know, I know around here, 40K is kind of the giant elephant in the room because it's kind of the giant elephant in the room everywhere.
Yes.
I've personally tried to champion things like MCP or Marvel Crisis Protocol. I tried Shatterpoint. I didn't like it, so I wasn't about to try to get other people to commit to it. So that's the, you know, if you have a group of 3 or 4 dudes that's willing to like, all right, let's all get into BattleTech together, I think that's fine. Or if you just want to paint the models or have them, cool, go for it. But I wouldn't make like a, you know, $1,000 commitment to a Warhammer army if you don't know anybody to play, you know?
Yeah. That is one of the things too. Like every store that is playing miniatures, if it's playing anything, Warhammer is the thing.
A version, whether it's Sigmar or 40K.
Because just that's the first thing that, because I have started playing Warhammer at the stores I started at, they were just working out of being a purely Magic store.
Oh, yeah.
And it was the first thing is we're getting a Warhammer standing.
We're doing our $1,000 buy-in, getting the bare minimum product.
And it's, as far as I know, pretty much always that first. I have never seen a store that has stuff that's not Warhammer.
They make it easy to buy in.
Yep.
You know, it's here's the $1,000 worth of stuff, and if it doesn't sell after a year, we take it back.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, well, okay.
Nice.
I'm out almost nothing. So,
And I mean, that's how our local game store, the local game store, it used to be just a Magic store.
Yeah.
Like it's got Magic cards all over the place. And they got a whole wall of Magic cards to buy. And now they've got a little 40K stand now that they have a table.
amazing. So
There will always be that 800-pound gorilla in the room as long as Games Workshop is Games Workshop.
I was listening to a podcast the other day, and they were talking about how, do you remember when Malifaux almost was a rival to Warhammer at one point? When it was 5th or 6th edition and things weren't like good, and everybody was looking for something else, and like that was being played almost everywhere and starting to take over. And I was like, I remember going to Grand Adventures like 3 locations ago in Murfreesboro, and one day on 40K Day, I went in there and it was all Malifaux or War Machine or whatever it was, and it was just like, whoa,
Probably War Machine.
yeah, I think it was. It's the same. I don't know. How
Oh,
it
yeah,
works.
weird publisher.
Yeah. So that's something I would certainly start off with.
Verifying what your area has interest in.
Yes, I've got a couple of points. You want to go? Somebody else want to talk about something specific? Or?
I would also say, at least if you have a Games Workshop store in your local area, go check there.
Yes.
They will get you. That's how I got connected with the Nashville.
Yeah.
Was I went to that store and the lovely man in charge.
He's a good dude. I can't think of his name.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
I
He's a
still think of
great
him as
guy.
the new guy. He's been there for like 4 or 5 years now.
But he's a great guy, and
Yeah.
he was like, "Hey, here's the Discord for Nashhammer.
Yeah.
Go check them out."
Yep.
And that's how I got connected through them.
That's honestly one of the things you can do. A lot of local stores will have their own Discord, and you can see a little bit by what channels they already have for those games and how frequently those channels are being interacted with.
I probably need to purge about half of them in our Discord. But that's neither here nor there. I know sometimes, too, people look at the actual size of the game, which I think is something to consider. Do
Amount of
you want to
space.
play something small like Kill Team? Do you want to play something like Warcry or size-wise? Because I think that's a little smaller, maybe?
I think they're both on
Depends.
that 22 by 30.
You know, you've got things like Blood Bowl. Blackout, which is a slightly mid-sized game, I would say, and then you've got your full-scale games like 40K or Flames of War or whatever. So there's all sorts of avenues.
A lot
I
of
guess.
that is, I guess, it depends on if you're playing in your house or in the store.
Yes.
Because a lot of stores don't always have the space for 6x4 tables. Like
Sir, it's 44 by 60 now.
for bolt action, it's not.
Well, it's so funny. I had this mat out yesterday, and I was like, "Oh crap, it's not the right size," because Heresy's 4 by 6.
Yeah.
And I was like, "We're playing 1,000 points. It's fine." But it felt kind of cramped at 1,000. I was like, ooh, we need.
Especially those deployment zones.
That was what was the weird like quarters like Warhammer has, which I hate that they brought that into Heresy. I really need to look at the SN battle reports stuff, and because they've got like 30 missions they've put out and deployments and new everything. It's great. Anyways, back to the topic here. So size is something to definitely consider.
It's like if you don't have a space to play it, you will be playing it on the floor.
Have I played Warhammer on the floor with my wife? I have.
I have definitely played games like this on the floor before because there was no other option.
And then we rented a truck, went to Office Max, and bought 2 of these 6 foot by like 2.5 foot tables because I was like, I will not be doing that.
There is something to be said for just being able to sit across the table from your opponent and not have to get up and walk around. Admittedly, you get the spectacle of I can walk around and see all the cool angles.
Well, and when they do like the massive, they play, what was it? The equivalent of like Titanicus at Adepticon when it's like the full size warlords. They have to play that on the table because there's like 30 dudes with warlords and warhounds and like terrain that's literally just painted boxes because that's the only thing that's like feasible to have. And it's like, all right, dude kicks his shoes off, walks out there and moves his Titan his like 6 feet or whatever they're using. And like, that was so cool to see. You walk by, I was like, holy cow.
People
like life-size chess with
basically
$1,000 miniatures.
I gotta go back. But next year. Because I was like, I wasn't gonna go and now I want to go. And
like a full-scale Helm's
everything
Deep or
scrolled out.
Tirith.
Oh my gosh.
That'd be cool.
Yep. That's on my list. So and something else, I guess, is the scale, which we kind of did an episode on the scale of wargaming. But do you want like a ton of little tiny dudes, or do you want like bigger dudes that represent more? I don't know.
More detailed models.
Do you want to fight
generally
for the city block, or do you want to fight for the city?
And to me, scale is one of the. Well, I guess the only consideration I have for scale is, do I have terrain that can work for this? So the like. 28 to
as a
32.
guy with 2 FDM printers, in a matter of hours, I can have whatever I need, Mark.
Yes, that helps. But to me, it's more the other factors of the game affect my opinion of it more than the scale.
Well, I mean, the rule of cool, obviously, don't play a game that you don't think looks awesome.
Yes.
And that's not on my list. But, if it doesn't call to you, don't do it.
Yes.
In fact, when I was at the Games Workshop Thursday, I was, it was 11:05. They had been open for 5 minutes. Dude was literally just unboxing things. Like, can I help you? I was like, I'm just looking, man. I got to kill like a half hour. I just thought I'd pop in, see if I need anything. I got a gift card. And then in walks like maybe a high school or middle-aged kid with his mom. And he had that like, oh my gosh, look. It's like he'd played Space Marine too. And his friends kind of were getting into it and he was curious. So the guy was doing his full-blown sales pitch, and at the end he kind of looked at me. He's like, what do you play? So I talked to him for a minute. I was like, hey man, I've been doing this for like longer than you've been around. Like, your models never go bad for the most part. And you can have these forever and all the things. But I was like, don't buy into something that doesn't like call to you. If you don't look at it, you're like, wow, that is the coolest thing I've ever. Don't play that army. Like, don't play it because it's powerful. Don't whatever. It's like, if orcs look cool, do orcs. If you like Dark Eldar, go hard into Dark Eldar. But don't play Space Marines because they're easy or they're good. Play them because, man, those white scars look awesome, and that's what I want to do. And he was like, thank you. And the mom was like, oh, thank you so much for, I was like, yeah, no, hey, Yep. And had I had dice, I'd be like, hey, buddy, I've got to put them in my car. I never think, geez, Mark, just punch the microphone.
Yes, enraged.
As often as I'm seeing people now, and like this comes up naturally in conversation, I don't keep dice in my car. So I think after this, I'm going to make a note right now to put a baggie of dice in my glove box.
Just make sure you make sure you have them with the Webway radio symbol facing up, so when they bake in the car, they'll only roll 6.
A nice little cute.
Yep.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
But I feel like that also applies when we're talking about, rule of cool. That also applies to just game systems in general.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you like, shout out to my buddy. He wanted me to talk about bolt action. If you love World War II history, and you want to,
I raised my arm. You obviously can't see that, but yeah.
If you love that World War II history and you want to play something on the tabletop, you want to get into tabletop gaming, that's a great way to get in, and it's also not that expensive.
I have looked at bolt action so many times, and it's one of those, like, just like anything else, like, I don't know anybody else that plays. I don't know anybody local. I don't want to,
pick up a random thing and run with it.
And it's going to sit here like Infinity and all this, Necromunda on my shelf
You
for
consult
6
the pile.
years. Yeah. And it's just like, and I've held off so many times, but every time I go to the Deep, excuse me, they have an entire row of like bolt action / Flames of War stuff. And it's like, oh man. But that brings back or reminds me then too of like the Midwinter Minis video he did where he was like, yeah, you got World War II, but like you have to remember, some people only want to play the bad guys because they were the bad guys, or they only want to play like the Germans because they really want to like, and it's just like, I don't know that I want to get into that. It's a tough fine line. Like there's playing Germany, and then there's playing Germany because you get to be a Nazi.
Sure.
I feel there's definitely a difference between like, I want my guys to look historically accurate, and then there's this is the SS 82nd Panzer Battalion.
Exactly, and I don't know, like even go to an Epicon because they have all those games there too. Like it looks so cool. Those guys are so into it, and they've built the recreation of like 1942 French city that looks just like the pictures, and the tables are just the coolest. But it's like it's a tough one for me. Yeah. But I've hovered over that starter set on Amazon so many times. Like, don't do it, Kurt. You know how you are. It will sit and it will never get touched. So yeah, that's how I feel about that.
But just in general, looking for what game system you like, something like that. If you really like that World War II history, it's great for that.
Yeah.
If you love your sci-fi, but maybe you're not into the fantasy aspects of 40K, there's other games.
Conflict 47.
Yeah, Conflict 47.
Best of both worlds. Which
Star Wars Legion.
Yeah. I print 4 Mandalorians for my son to paint the other day? Yeah, I did.
Fair enough.
Well, look, you're not going to start practicing on nice things.
No,
here's my cheap, like 12 cents printed Mandalorian guy. Go hard, buddy. Get used to painting tiny. So, but yeah, Legion's definitely still on the radar. So
it
just looks so cool.
It is cool. I still keep coming back to it is the best game in this genre.
Hey man, me and the kid are looking to figure it out. I printed the rule book somewhere.
Purple binder?
No, I stole her pages out of the purple binder.
You're
she doesn't listen. It's fine. I'm good. Her coworkers might hear it, but she won't.
He stole your sleeve protector.
I know. But yeah, I couldn't find the hole punch. It's like, I started sleeving them. It's like, it's right here. It was literally on the counter.
Oh.
It's like, how did I not see?
Rip.
So now they're in sleeve protectors. But anyways, and I guess, was that anything else on that? Sorry.
I was going to say also, I feel like sometimes if you're looking at like cost, like you're like, hey, I don't have a ton of money. I can't really get into something like 40K or Heresy or something like that. Yep. Those big games. The scale of the game can also help determine, what the price is. If you're looking to get into Blackout, it's you pay $30. There's your whole
get
game
your dude
right
and
there.
You're in, yeah. Yep. So
there's definitely a brand tax that a lot of games have. That's actually one point in a pretty major point in the favor of historical stuff, which I've just discovered by the historical units in Heroscape. It's like, this is so cheap. Here's a box of like 30 guys for less than $30.
So
and it's like, that's unheard of.
That's why I like the idea of Flames of War. It's like you buy the blister, but it's like 20 tanks. I was like, that's a whole like battalion.
I still have like it was on super duper sale on Amazon one day. I bought like the big Kursk box. Because it was here's like 20 tanks for like $20.
And I think World of Tanks now does something with like Flames of War or something. Or somehow
like
it's
a slight alternate rule set.
Yeah. But it's neat though. Like, so. And then my last point was definitely cost. do you and your buddies really want to commit like, let's say $750 each for a 40K army and a table, and probably having to buy terrain, which is another $250 to $350, and a mat and all the objective markers and dice and paints, and or you could buy pre-painted something, or just
It also
there's
depends
options.
on how you're getting into. I'll just use the 40K example because, as mentioned, it's the 800-pound gorilla in the room.
Yeah.
They do have a lot of games. If you're starting brand new, like if you are the tip of the spear for a push to play Games Workshop games, they have those smaller games that use the same miniatures that let you start playing stuff before you reach the expense of a full 40K army.
Right. Now, are you talking Combat Patrol, or are you
That
thinking
and
like Kill Team or something?
and
Even Kill Team, I think to start out, it's a lot.
after have to be 40K army.
No, it's an $80 box, which $80 for Kill Teams.
That is a lot. It's like $250 for the box, which is
Somebody in Nashhammer was selling the Night Lords and Mandrake starter set. Mm-hmm. He wanted like $350 for that. Because I was like, oh, cool. My in, and then I was like, oh, heck no. Like that's I'm out.
Yeah.
But
yeah, when they are in print and not being,
pick up or even one that maybe wasn't as popular.
well, I mean, there's still like you could just buy a box of intercessors and that's still a kill team. Like
Kind of. It's weird now.
I mean, they have options, but you could still run. It wouldn't be maybe optimal.
Perfect.
But
Yeah, no.
the point is there's other stops along the way. But obviously, if your store, like a lot of stores will just do escalation leagues, which are pretty much just built for you to.
Can be popular, yeah.
Yeah.
Depends on who's running it and how meta they want to be. But yes, those can be options.
I have seen some do it quite well.
Must be nice.
Yeah, there's options. It's not, and that's actually one thing I've heard, especially like Tabletop Minions, Uncle Adam, just say do not go out and buy your entire 2,000 point army before you have played the game. Don't do it.
Man.
Yeah. And I think that's a great
I see that all the
segue
time.
as well into the rules of the system you're looking at.
Oof. Yes.
So say you want to get started and say you really like 40K. You're like I love Warhammer. 40K is at this moment, 10th edition, kind of the intro into some of those bigger games. The rules aren't as complicated as something like Heresy.
Yes. Well, even maybe go to one-page rules first. Pay the $10 on Patreon, get all of the rule books, and it's a lot more. At least see the flow. You can play with your toys
if you've not played. Yeah.
Or the flavor of the rules as well. Like Mark likes playing what was it?
Heroscape.
Heroscape. Yeah. I was like, the flavor of those rules. Do you like those rules? Great, go play Heroscape.
That is one thing that with all these games is if you don't like the base rule set, to me personally, it doesn't matter how pretty the models are. I would like to enjoy the rules first, and then if the models are pretty, that's nice. Ideally, both.
Right.
If I had to pick one, though, the rules or the models, it would be the rules because ultimately you're playing the game like,
Especially if you're going to commit to it, play once a month or something, or twice a week, or
rules can't be fixed as easily as models can. You can use proxies or use other things. If you think the models are just ugly, but you like the rules, there's ways to get around it. Vice versa is hard.
Reminded me, time.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have time to sit and play a 4 or 5 hour game enough to justify getting into it?
Yeah.
Versus, say, an hour or two game.
You can always run it back with a skirmish game, usually.
Yeah.
You can fit it into more time slots.
Yep. Which is why I've tried so hard to get MCP going. So it's like, we can play this in like an hour.
Yeah.
And then, nothing, man.
That is one thing, too, is my best friend and I were discussing, actually last night, kind of war games versus skirmish games. And there's a level, I think, of experimentation that is more comfortable with skirmish games because you're probably not going to bring a super experimental list to a 3 to 5 hour game where you're just going to get stomped into the ground if it doesn't work. But if we're playing like an hour game,
Sure.
well, I'll run this.
tinker
It's
with it
probably
and-
goofy or whatever. There's the turnaround is faster.
Yeah.
You do have in a lot of cases maybe a more narrative, a bigger spectacle with 100 dudes on the table, because I can't deny that there is a particular spot of my monkey brain that gets itched when I see like 100 dudes on the table. That
It's pretty cool to see all your yellow Imperial fists just kind of like everywhere.
all
I
like
love it.
12 of them, they're painted. It's great.
The mind's eye, Mark.
Yeah. No, I can see it in my head, and it
Look, I was actually going to ask Austin this. Speaking of painting, have you seen the Color Forge salamander color?
I don't believe I have.
It matches Warpstone Green, I think. They sell it at the place I've been going, Mastermind Gaming, because the black matches Korax Black, which is the spray paint that I bought like 1,000 of.
Yeah.
so you don't need that particular paint then.
Well, it's in a primer looking. It's the really tall bottles of primer. They're like $20, but it's like 3 times the size of a GW one.
Yeah.
But it's a green that might speed up your process. But I thought of that for your Imperial Fist because they legitimately have a Valrek yellow
Interesting.
that could just be like a and you are 90% of the way there.
Interesting.
But they're yellow that's like Imperial Fist, but then there's like the Valrek, but there's 2 yellow options. Might be worth looking at. I'm going to go down, I think, 2 Tuesdays from a week and a half from now. If you need your boy to pick up something, let me know.
Yeah.
Let's go through.
Because I'm waiting for Korax Black to come back in stock. I just want to try it. I want to see how close it really is to the color they killed and brought back, and then
And kill them right back.
Either way. And I was jotting down. I had a great topic idea. We'll talk about that later. So, anything else for game system wise, as far as making choices or why or how or anything like that you could think of?
I mean, to me, ultimately, this is what this has over video games is you get the opportunity to play in person with people, ideally that you enjoy hanging out with.
The social aspect.
It is a social game, or it is a social shared experience first. And so anything to facilitate that being as enjoyable as possible, I feel like is pretty much always going to be the correct choice.
I think that was my issue with playing on Tabletop Simulator. Like, I'll play it if I know you, I can play with you. I know you.
Yeah.
But I can't play with strangers.
Gotcha.
I can't play with somebody trying to bully something, and it's like that's not how that works. And it's like, man, I'm not doing this.
Interesting. I've only done with strangers with Legion, and those were some of the most fun games I had.
Really?
Yes. I became buddies with a guy.
Okay.
Over just him playing with me. But anyway.
And I feel like that is a great actual spot, though, for if you want to try something out, like try out a system before buying in.
Sure.
Tabletop Simulator on Steam, it's like, what, $20?
Get it for
$10
$5 every time it goes.
Yeah.
Somebody's got that key for $5 online. Look around.
You find out some GG or whatever and find that for $5, but you can there's tons of mods. You can find them on the Steam Workshop, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was helping teach my buddy who lives all the way out in New York.
That's right. Yeah.
I was helping teach him how to play 40K on Tabletop Simulator. And just kind of like, hey, are you going to be interested in this? Because I know I bought you a bunch of models for Christmas because you like stuff like Death Guard. You want something to do.
Yep.
Would you also want to get into the actual tabletop? Because sometimes you can just buy the models for, I just want to do art projects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're usable for other stuff. That's actually a
That's
great
how I
point.
started.
Yeah. That is a great point, though, about Tabletop Simulator, because thinking about it, my best friend and I have vetted so many games that would have been multi-$100 purchases through Tabletop Simulator. And it was like, this is fun, but this is not worth, like, if we want to play it, we'll play it here. Yeah. And it will be like once a year or something. It is not worth the space that this 400 model box is. Like, there are ways that you can determine, and not all the mods are smooth. I think Legion's the smoothest I've seen, where everything's almost fully automated and it's just like a breeze to play it. Not all of them are that smooth, but if you're willing to work through some of the inconveniences of maybe a rougher mod for that, you can absolutely save some money by just vetting what you're playing and seeing kind of what speaks to you. Because that or getting demos in person to me are like
Yes.
the biggest tells on whether or not.
And a lot of local game stores will offer tutorial games. Like if you go to a local game, if you have a Games Workshop near you, you can go in and they will give you a little demo game because they've got their store armies.
Yeah.
And they'll give you a demo of 40K or Sigmar.
Demos are important.
Kind of a big deal, man. And that's something I had planned to do with like MCPs, to go to a game store, and then suddenly I didn't have any options, which really hurt the ability to like just go set up on Tuesday nights and let people like throw the shield as Captain America and do stuff like that. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that kind of wraps up the main topic. I know we've all got some, or a couple of us have a few little things to chat about. First and foremost, speaking of games, I found something. Yeah, you see what I got there.
I'm reading what you have there. Yeah.
They announced, and they announced it months ago, but they announced a like Pirates zombie side.
Interesting.
Yeah. And so I was like, is there a Kickstarter? It's not up yet. But it's like, you know what? I missed Marvel Zombies, and I hate myself for it. I missed White Plague, which was like a Chinese kind of
Like the Great Wall, but super fantasy.
And I was like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna go all in on this instead of having to piecemeal buy it, hope it's in stock, and all the things. Like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. And Asmodee needs money because it is not pretty over there. So that's kind of neat.
I forgot. It's Asmodee now and not Come On Games?
I think, doesn't Asmodee own them?
They might. That says Fantasy Flight though, so that's new if that's changed hands.
They keep spinning things off and moving things around.
Unless I'm completely mistaken.
Because that's where Legion was.
Been Fantasy Flight, yeah.
And MCP, and then they moved it, and then...
Because they moved all their miniature war games to Atomic Mass, and then board games they kept at Fantasy Flight.
Yeah,
I'm
so
surprised.
I don't know, honestly.
Zombicide counts with how many minis it has.
It's fine.
If
I've got all of Black Plague in a box, so...
If you get to like swing between pirate ships...
That
fighting zombies.
I think it would be unique enough to like, you know
That
what?
might be
I'll
cool.
spend a couple $100 on this, and eventually I'm going to get like a palette of things. So
I can already hear the Pirates of the Caribbean
yeah.
theme song in my head.
the only reason I thought of that is last night, you know, I hurt my hip Friday, and yesterday I was fine yesterday. And as you were kind of leaving, man, I was hobbling around again.
Oh, you
I'm
look
fine
like death.
I know. I felt like it. So that's why I didn't do anything else out here. But I sat down in my chair and I fired up the old PlayStation because like I'm just putting my foot up or put my leg up. I iced my hip the whole time. And Ubisoft has some like Pirates game. It's free with PlayStation Network. So I was like, oh, I'll try it. It is like Warcraft with pirate ships. It is an MMO where you go around and there's NPCs and you can just start like firing on random factions and declare war. There's world event. Like I played it till 2 o'clock in the morning. So I'm hurting today again. I need to go to bed tonight. But it was, and I was thinking about talking about that, and I was like, oh, I saw a Kickstarter about something with pirates. So I was over here. That's what I was Googling, is trying to find that. And I was like, it was Zombicide. Like, that's crazy.
That is fun.
So
they have some Davy Jones like Fishman zombie things. Or
I need to look at it more,
Maybe.
but yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, I found it. So
interesting.
you got anything? You want to talk about a movie?
Yeah, that could be like the last thing if you have it.
I got something else too that's kind of funny, but we'll alternate and then see if Austin's got anything fun or exciting to wrap this up with. But I had the best parent teacher conference ever. And I'll let you talk, then I'll get into that.
So I have gone to see this movie twice, and I'm planning on going to see it a third time.
Wow. I'm lucky to see 2 movies a year. I have kids.
We elect not to.
Okay.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
There is. I don't know if you know who Markiplier is.
Nope.
Oh, yes. I know
He
what you're talking about.
is a YouTuber who has he was going since I was in high school, and I've kept up with him.
It's one of those guys. It's like the beginning.
Yes.
Well, maybe not for you, but
Big OG, though.
Yes. He's quite big. He's a super great person. Like, no one has any beef or anything with him. He has been working for the last 3 years to make a movie that would be put in theaters. He had a sub $3 million budget.
wow.
And it was only going to be in 50 theaters. And then word spread, and then AMC and Regal and all the big ones picked it up. It has been fighting and going back and forth with Sam Raimi's new horror movie for the #1 in America,
What's this movie called?
Iron Lung.
I've heard of this. I know nothing else about it, but I've heard of this.
It's great. It's not a genre that's for everyone. It is like a slow burn, suspense, psychological, cosmic horror.
Oh, gosh.
But it is the best cosmic horror movie I have ever seen. The best piece of like audiovisual cosmic horror, because ambiguity is such a big part of it.
Okay.
And it keeps it. The entire movie takes place inside a submarine that he's in. It's a single set movie with almost just one actor.
Jeez.
It has been at the top in Canada, New Zealand, and Australia since it came out, and has been fighting up and down to be the top in America too.
Awesome, man.
It's such an incredible passion project, and I like it.
Supporting.
Yes,
You're voting with your wallet.
I am. And would encourage anyone, if they like kind of slow burn psychological horror and have any interest at all, I absolutely recommend going to see it, because I've seen it twice, and we'll be trying to go a third time.
All right, man. To be single and not, she doesn't live here.
Yeah.
But to have time, man, I just.
It is, but no, it was fun.
It's awesome, man.
Yeah, I don't normally shill movies on here, but I will absolutely shill for Markiplier.
We'll see if it's still in theaters when this comes out, but hey, that's neither here nor there. You got anything, Austin?
Well, speaking of staying up too late, I stayed up until about 2 a.m. last night playing Space Marine with my buddy.
Excellent. Now, are they actually playing, or are they purchase models or anything? Or
He is currently
40K
shout out Evan. He is currently trying to get his models painted.
Okay, cool. I know there's big scenes in New York. I mean, there's always events and stuff going on up there. So
yes, it's
even if it's not his style, I'm sure he could go to an event and meet people, and then
he's been trying to get into it. He's been looking to get painting. He has a single rattle can of primer that he's been unable to use, and his models have been apparently he's built them. He's told me he built them, and I just haven't seen them.
Sure. Okay.
He says he wants to get them painted.
Gray plastic warriors. I like
Yes.
it.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
No, not. I've gotten a lot better, guys. Stop. Okay.
You have. No, I'm talking about me. This is purely self.
Yes, it's no shade from me with my giant wave of gray sitting on my desk.
Did you play the new? Are you playing the story for Space Marine, or are you playing the like free missions?
We've finished the story. I think he went and replayed it on the hardest difficulty recently, but we've been playing the daily like special missions that they have
the new
now.
Tech Marine.
We have tried it on the playtest server. Very fun.
And I installed it. I played a couple, and I was like, "Oh, this is neat." And then I was like, "I don't have time for that. I can't get into this again." And then I played Pirates until like 2:00 in the morning.
I just had connection issues. Me and my buddy would play the story, and it's like we have to sit there 10 minutes at the beginning of every mission because
It
it's
was
just
awful.
yeah, it was not.
All right.
Because we never had
I'm gonna
connection
axe
issues.
my third story just for time constraints.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So this topic. What game system's right for you? Sorry, I had to look, man. The neighbors are having a birthday party, and there's been a lot of cars. I'm like, squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. But I think it was a good topic. Maybe it's useful for someone. Again, if you haven't already, like, share, subscribe. We've got listeners in like Europe and Australia. I would love to hear from somebody. If you've made it this far, thank you. So yeah, just reach out. How'd you find us? I need to know how to make more people find us. So yeah, with that said, I'm Kurt.
And Mark.
I'm Austin.
And we'll talk to you next time.
See ya.